it's super compelling investment. I mean, 35 million ounces at 200 grams a tonne with intersections like obviously Discovery Hole was 11,000 grams per tonne over a metre, but there's many other intersections which investors can find on our current presentation, 23 metres at 1,500 grams per tonne equivalent. And, it needs to be said that, 70% of that is silver in itself. So it's not just a high silver equivalent as some of the other silver projects or other silver companies are. We are a silver major and we look forward to expanding that even further.
Hello, you're watching Proactive. I'm joined by Byron Miles. He's Managing Director of Rapid Critical Metals. Byron, very good to meet you. For those new to Rapid Critical Metals, give us a quick elevator pitch. What's the company all about and what makes it different?
Hey, Steve. Yeah, thanks very much. Obviously, Rapid, we've just raised $10 million for the two major acquisitions of the silver assets in northern New South Wales. Have some phenomenal grades of, like the Discovery Hole was 11,000 grams per tonne over a metre. They've got 35 million ounces at circa 200 grams per tonne equivalent. Those sort of grades in a JORC-compliant resource, 2012 at the moment, anywhere in Australia is pretty unusual to see. I mean, you usually have to go overseas to sort of get those sort of grades. So to having that in Australia in our backyard is pretty compelling. Obviously, when we raised the 10.5 million bucks, probably about 70% of that was high net worth individuals, family offices, and institutions. So we're extremely excited to have them on the register. And obviously, we did the raise at 2.4 cents. With that, we'll have about 6 million bucks left in the bank, so we're well financed to obviously advance these silver projects over the coming months, and obviously also our Prophet River project in British Columbia.
Tell us more about the Prophet River project. Why is it so important for Rapid?
Well, it being a critical mineral as well, and obviously China banning the germanium and gallium component gives it a bit of an opaque market. So once again, sort of well positioned in that regard. But similar to our silver assets, I mean, having 1,500 ppm germanium, certainly some of the highest grade that I've ever seen, and probably some of the highest grade in the world, to be honest with you, really caught our attention. Being in British Columbia at the moment, we're doing soil samples and doing some ground mapping at the moment and getting ourselves ready to probably drill this time next year. So our main focus is that currently between now and Christmas, predominantly the silver assets themselves, but we should have some results from that mapping and soil sampling out to the market at some point.
Byron, you also just sold the Tin Mountain project in the US. Was that a strategic move to sharpen your focus on these projects?
The Tin Mountain asset, obviously Iris was a natural buyer, already having a large tenement holding in that area. We're very happy to be large shareholders in Iris and watch them move these projects forward, moving forward. But yeah, we're certainly focused on the critical minerals of silver and germanium and gallium at the moment.
And clearly, it looks like investors are buying into the story and the strategic shift, Byron, following that fundraise and the new investors coming on board.
The reception that we got was extremely welcoming. And the reason for that, obviously knowing that I was coming on as managing director, I've been working hand in hand with the current board, who have been great to get to know. We've been very proactive, excuse the pun, but before the acquisition even closed, we increased the land package beside our main deposit of Webbs by 26 times. We'd had microgravity on site being done, which we've just received the results from them, and the data is getting analysed as we speak. The fact that we've got 35 million ounces across the two projects, and there hasn't been a drill hole been put in these or any modern techniques used over the past decade. We're really excited to get to know what this ore body's doing. Whether that's using microgravity, LiDAR, and so really unlocking and understanding what the ore body's doing to try and extend that further to the north and to the south, or obviously parallel structures, which could be showing up in some of those studies. But it's been pretty interesting to get to know. I've been on site for 4 days this week. We've got our drilling application in, and we're hoping to get a drill rig on site early next month. So we've really worked hard to hit the ground running to produce, some good news flow between now and Christmas time.
And Byron, now that you're managing director, what's your strategy to take the company forward?
The strategy is really unlocking these silver assets, first and foremost at the moment. We've got a 2,000 metre drill program, which we target in the southern end. From that component, some are using some other these modern techniques like microgravity and LiDAR. We really, obviously, our goal is to extend the ore body further to the north and further to the south and really understand what it's doing to increase our ounces in the ground. And it's as simple as that. As I said, when we listed this thing at 2.4 cents, or sorry, not listed, but bought the asset at 2.4 cents, we had a markup of circa 15 million. And that in that regard, it's a super compelling investment. I mean, 35 million ounces at 200 grams a tonne with intersections like obviously the Discovery Hole was 11,000 grams per tonne over a metre, but there's many other intersections which investors can find on our current presentation, 23 metres at 1,500 grams per tonne equivalent. And, it needs to be said that, 70% of that is silver in itself. So it's not just a high silver equivalent as some of our other silver projects or other silver companies are. We are a silver major and we look forward to expanding that even further.
Well, Byron, I hope you'll keep us updated on your progress. Thank you very much for the introduction today.
I appreciate it. Cheers.
Byron Miles, Managing Director of Rapid Critical Metals.